Hey, it's Leslie Davis here again with the Christian Internet Classroom, and now it's time to put it all together. Combine what we learned about the RSS Reader with what we've learned about setting up our Hoot Suite so that we can be effective with our potential ideal customer avatars. Let's get started. Begin by opening your RSS Reader and looking through all of the stories for anything that might be of interest to your ideal customer avatar. For instance, I went to my reader and I found this story that I thought was really fun. I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan, so I feel justified in doing this. The Cowboys failed to renew their domain name, and they didn't find out until the worst possible time, the day that owner Jerry Jones fired head coach Wade Phillips. What happened was anyone on the biggest news day of the year for the Dallas Cowboys, anyone that went to their website saw this picture of two little kids playing soccer, which was obviously not the Dallas Cowboys sign. Now they went ahead and paid their domain renewal, but unfortunately it takes about 48 hours for that to hit all of the web servers in the world. And so for 48 hours people were still seeing the two little kids playing soccer, and it was quite an embarrassment. I thought it's a good reminder to my ideal customer avatar that you need to pay that domain renewal when you see it show up. So what I'm going to do is send it to them. I'll begin by clicking on the title, which will take me to the actual website. Now I'm going to read through this article and make sure there's not anything that will embarrass me in it or embarrass me later. I want to always have integrity in what I send, so I always take that step. I decided that it's a perfectly good article to send out, and so I'm going to go through and copy this address at the top of the page. Once I've done that, I'm going to go to step 2. Using a second browser, either a second Internet Explorer or a second Mozilla Firefox on my screen, I'm going to set those two browsers side by side, and I'm going to open Hoot Suite on the second one. I'm going to decide which social media accounts I want to use it to send it out. I can use as many as I want or as few as I want. I just have to select a minimum of one. So when I go, I open where the message goes. See where it says compose message. And I'm always going to add my own words onto this. I'm not just going to forward random articles to people. So I wrote, wow, the Cowboys forgot to renew their domain name. Didn't notice until Wade Phillips was fired. Then I'm going to go to the little section that says shrink. And I'm going to paste the address there and click on shrink. What that does is make it into what is called an OWLY, that OW.ly. An OWLY is a shortened URL that just makes it easier for users to use. Next, I'm going to take a look at when I want to send it, and I'm going to schedule this message. Now, the Dallas Cowboys play the Eagles on Monday the 15th, so I think that's probably a good time to send this, right before the Cowboys game, because Cowboy fans are going to need some lightning on that day. I'll probably send it mid-afternoon because it's kind of a time on Monday when we're all wanting a break, and I'll make sure that I click on PM. Now that I've scheduled it, you can see the scheduled notice in the yellow across the top. I've scheduled it to send it on Monday, November 15th at 2:25 in the afternoon. Next, what I'm going to do is make sure that I have the correct social network marked. And you see a little green check mark on my Twitter Leslie Davis account. That's all there is to it. Once I hit OK and give it a couple of seconds to refresh, I now see it sitting in my pending tweets. It's that easy to send something out using Hoot Suite. Next, I'm going to show you what it looks like on Facebook, just because Facebook's a little different than Twitter, and our Hoot Suite adjusts for that. So here we see where I'm sending out something about having won a contest with testimonyproject.com and now being entered in a new contest that requires voting. And I'm asking people to vote for me. You can see that it looks much like it does if you go to the Facebook page. You have an area where you can enter the characters and sentences you want to say, and then you have an area beneath where you can choose a thumbnail image that you want to go up from the web page as well as the URL you're going to send. It works precisely the same way as Facebook, and it also includes the ability to schedule it to go out at a different time. Now for me, I think this is probably good to go out on Saturday morning, so that's when I'm going to send it. I simply select the date, the time, make sure I have AM or PM right, and then I hit OK, which takes me to the schedule button. And now I can look over here and see that I have this pending post waiting to go out. That's how easy it is to use Hoot Suite to send things from the RSS Reader. I also want to point out to you all of these messages from Margaret Feinberg. Bless her heart, this is a lady that went out and found 10 different things she wanted to send people on one day. And she timed them all within seconds of each other. So it's kind of like you're being spammed by Margaret Feinberg because they all go together. Unfortunately, she doesn't know what you just learned, and that is that you schedule these things going out. I take the top 5 items that I find and I put them in that pending stream posts or over in the Twitter pending column. Then when I'm ready to finish up, what I do is I look at the times that they're going out. I usually select my best item to go out at the very beginning of the day. I want it in the inbox of my customers when they come to work in the morning, and then I just scatter the rest of them, kind of depending on what the content is and the time of day. I never send more than 5 on any given day. Let's take a look at your action steps. I want you to never send more than 5 a day, otherwise you begin to look like a spammer. If you don't find good content for 5 in the day, don't send 5. If you only find one great article, only send 1. Think about your ideal customer avatar. You're really trying to provide them with some value. Look for the best 5 and get in the habit of doing this 5 days a week on your regular work days. Find your 20 minutes wherever you're going to do it. Get this scheduled and ready to go out, and then you don't have to think about it anymore. On Friday, I try to schedule a couple of fun things going out for the weekend. And that's really all there is to it. I want you to enjoy yourself. I want you to become a guru in your field and the go-to person. Last, I want to remind you to go to the Buzz community that you see on the page on the right, and I want you to sign up for the Buzz. It's free, and it's going to give you simple, actionable steps that you can take each week to improve your visibility on the web.